Hey everybody, it's your girl Tiara, and I am checking in with you on my weight loss journey. I just passed 4-month surgery, a little over that, and I've just continued to have success. I am so grateful to God for Him helping me throughout this whole thing. I had great results with my blood work. Everything looked good. My vitamin D was a little low, which I actually wasn't surprised by that, because my vitamin D was low even before surgery. So it's not nowhere near as low as it was, but it does just need a little pick-me-up. So I'm going to start a prescription back on that. But as far as everything else, I was good. I was happy to hear that, you know, as far as my B12 and all that other thing, the other vitamins and stuff, blood work that they check. So the only thing I can't or don't have yet is the complete news as far as my blood work concerning the diabetes. They did check my glucose, which my glucose was not bad. It was at 88. Which is a good number, and showing that there's a very good chance that the diabetes is gone, praise God. But I actually have some testing I have to get done at work for blood work next week, so that's when I can check to see for sure where I am, because the glucose also needs to be compared with your A1C percentage. So that's when I'll know for sure, and I'll definitely check back in with you guys on that so that you know. So the good thing is, at this point, you know, we're talking about dietitian, there's not really a lot of things that I've had struggles with eating. Yes, my taste buds are kind of weird at times, where I may have a taste for something and then I don't want it anymore, or I'm not really clearly sure what I want. So some of the goals that my dietitian gave me is to just continue to work on my protein. I've been kind of lax on the working out the last couple of weeks, which is normally expected, but because of the holidays and the fact that it's cold, and just like now we're about to get snow here in St. Louis. So along with gym membership, I have been working towards getting some things to at home that I work out as well, just in case it is too cold, just in case it does snow, whatever have you, that I can work out at home. And that'll also help with my children, my girls, that they can work out with me, because I'll have things at home they can do with me since they can't go to the gym, because they would actually like to work out too. So but yeah, my appointment went really well. As far as weight loss, I am almost to 75 pounds. I think I'm at a stage right now where I am losing inches, because I can still see it working. It's just that the pound part, and it doesn't help that I have braids right now, because I'll probably be exactly at 75 pound loss, which is awesome. So I'm averaging like 2 pounds a week, which is awesome as well. So yeah, I definitely need to increase my protein. They want me to be at around 80 grams, and then by the time I get to 6 months, they want me to be at around 100 grams, which is totally doable. I actually just ordered some Gene Pro powder, which is like a flavorless powder that you can add to different things. So I'm looking forward to that, because I can add that into like yogurt or oatmeal or juice. I just recently started drinking these juices that are really good. The brand is Ocean Spray, and they have like diet cran apple, cran grape, regular cranberry, but it only has like 1 gram of sugar, and it has like 2 grams of carbs. I mean, hardly anything. So they're really good. They taste really good, you know, because my worrisome sometimes is with aftertaste on a lot of things. If they don't have a lot of sugar, sometimes they may have a weird taste to them, but these don't at all. Even my family likes them. So I'm leaving for my appointment, that's why I'm driving. So but yeah, so I'm looking forward to adding those in there. I had been looking to maybe put those in like Gatorade or Powerade, because I like those too. The problem is, I didn't really realize how much sugar is in Gatorade or Powerade. You know, there's already a little sodium in there, but there's sugar in there too. So that's not something I can do a lot. There's some people who may dilute those drinks, but I don't want to dilute them. I'm not gonna like the way it tastes. I'm one of those people, you know how some people like when you have like juice and ice in a cup, and they they can still just put water and drink the way it is. I don't like watered down anything. I don't like flavored ice. I don't like non-carbonated sparkling drinks. I can't even have carbonated, but there are some out there like the flavored water, like the Dasani or whatever with lemon in it. I don't like that. I don't like lemon in my water. It's either juice or it's water. Bottom line, I don't like that. So that's why I can't do the water down. No thanks. No thanks. But so yeah, the appointment went very well with both the doctor and the dietitian. So yeah, I have some things to work on, but they were extremely proud of my progress so far, my weight loss so far. They want me to work on resistance training, which they did tell me that last time, and I have been doing some, but I definitely need to do more. That's what's going to help to make sure that I don't have some excess skin. That's going to help me to be able to tighten up my stomach, because I do not plan on having another surgery with skin removal. There are some people that have to do it and do it, but yeah, I don't want to have to do that. So definitely gonna be working on that. I'm actually getting a personal trainer. So I was at Gold's Gym, but I am going to do Planet Fitness because I like the idea that with their membership that's like $21.99 with the black card, that you actually get a personal trainer. And you don't have to pay any more for that. And then I can talk to them specifically about, you know, me having bariatric surgery and different points of where I want to lose. And they understand, you know, the amount of calorie intake that I actually can take realistically. So that's another thing I found out today, that with me keeping track of how much I was eating, I was doing like on average between 800 to 900 calories. Sometimes I would get up to 1,000, but that was actually too low. My dietitian said that I should be shooting for between 1,000 to 1,200. Like 1,000 should be the very minimum, especially with me working out. So that could be a part of too why my weight is where it is, because I honestly thought that right now I would be in the 30s, the high 30s, like maybe around 238, 239. I'm at 243.4, which puts me at 73-pound loss. And I've been here in this range now for a couple of weeks. But he said that was normal, especially with the holidays just rolling around. The good thing is that I didn't gain any weight from the holidays. That's the most important thing. But to understand as well, you know, when you're going this a rapid weight loss from the surgery, that it's not, you know, you're going to have times where it look like it's slowed down, but that's because your body is A, catching up, or two, you're still losing inches. It just may not necessarily be pounds. And I can definitely see where the inches are moving, so I'm not worried about it. But to keep going, you know, you just basically have to say, okay, body, here's more protein. Okay, here's more water. Okay, let me work out. But I have to make sure I'm getting enough calories in to do that, because my body is just confused at that point because I don't have enough to be burning. So I'm like, okay, duly noted. I have to work on the protein and have to work on the workouts and get on a consistent scheduling with the workouts. So that's what I'll be working on. As far as updating you guys, like with food stuff, there hasn't really anything that's been making me sick. You know, there was a couple of things I told you guys about before, where I had like the Greek yogurt zero. I haven't tried it again. I know my dietitian wanted me to, just to kind of see, you know, if that would happen again, but I was too scared to, because I really hate throwing up, and I didn't want to disturb my sleeve by throwing up, even though I'm sure if it would have been disturbed, it would have been disturbed by now, because when I was first in the hospital, how many times I threw up at that time. So, but yeah, I haven't had a hard time with anything. Even though I'm not doing red meat, there has been a couple of times, I would say at least 2 times, where I did have some form of red meat. There was one day I had ground beef, and then I think there was once where I had bacon. But I told him, I said I did that just for the sake of just seeing and trying, you know, because I know they want you to try things just to make sure. I said, but I'm fine with the turkey bacon that I do. If you don't know yet, the Sam's Choice brand turkey bacon is the best ever. It's the best ever. I don't like Genio's anymore. I'm like, that's the only one I'll buy now because the other ones are like rubbery like. So some people are set on pork bacon just because like the crunch. I'm not set on that. I'm just set on the texture and the flavor. And I like the Sam's Choice. So hopefully they never get rid of that. But and then I tried the ground beef and I did well with that. I had an episode before with eggs, but a while ago, and he asked me about that today. I haven't had a problem with eggs since then. I think I just ate it too fast. So I do feel like I've kind of overcame with eating too fast. There's still been times where I, you know, had I could say borderline where I still ate fast, but I think for the most part I've kind of overcame that. And just slowed down to the point to where I have to like, okay, Tiara, don't think about what other people are thinking about. Like, is that all you're going to eat, or are you just sitting there? No, I'm just pacing myself. I'm just making sure that I'm eating at a pace where it's not too fast, so that I know what I'm full. The other thing I think helps with that, I wear a waist trainer every day. Some people sleep with it on. I don't sleep with it on, but I do wear it every day, all day. Like, as soon as I get out the shower, I put it on. I got it on until I put my pajamas on. So the waist trainer, to me, does help as well with making sure that I know when I'm full. And it helps, you know, because sometimes, you know, like I was sharing with another person a while ago about food, food is definitely a relationship that you really have to analyze, because sometimes you want to eat things just because it smells good. Your senses are going off, it's triggering you know, it's triggering off everything in mind, your brain, your nose, taste buds, and sometimes, and then you're gonna eat because you're hungry. So you really have to make sure that you're eating because you're hungry, and not eating just because of emotional reasons, out of boredom, or just because it smells good. So one thing I would say too, it's always good to make sure you're getting in enough water, because water to me can be the breaking point on if you're going to eat something or not when you're really not hungry, because the water helps you to feel full. So I would encourage you as well to drink as much as possible. And from what I've heard, it is easy to become dehydrated after the surgery if you're not making sure you drink enough. You really have to pace out your drinks, because they really don't want you to drink with your meal. So you really have to pace out your drinks so that they're not replacing the time that you have to eat, because you have to get in so many amount of calories. So yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else. I am going to switch up the B12 I'm doing. I was originally taking a B12 sublingual drops that had about 1,200 milligrams. I think it was milligrams. And then I went to Walmart one day and they didn't have it. They had this other one that was like a spray, and I like the spray. I even get the spray to my girls, but unless I'm taking 2 sprays a day, it's not sufficient. So I'm going to continue to do this spray, but I'm going to look for the drops that I had and change that up. So they gave me a choice on if I wanted to come back in 3 months or in 6 months. So I opted to come back in 6 months, especially since my insurance just changed and I had to pay a $75 copay today. Yeah. So, but because I'm doing so well, that's why they gave me the choice. Because I'm going to have blood work done again in another 3 months, it's not really necessary, because I can have the blood work and they'll call me if they see anything wrong. So yeah, I'm just going to come back in 6 months. And we also talked about goal weight today, because they hadn't really given me a goal weight they wanted me to be at. Now my goal weight for myself was around 180 to 185, and so she told me today that she thought that was good. She said they did an estimation. She hadn't shared it with me yet, but they did an estimation. They said usually you can expect to lose about 70% of your body fat. So she said their goal weight for me was probably around 170 to 180. And she said, but looking at you, I think 180, 185, your goal was good. She said, we don't go off of what they try to tell you for your height and stuff. There's too many different factors into weight, you know, as far as muscle mass, bone mass, race, gender. So they don't do it like that. She said, looking at you, you know, you're looking great already. Like, I think your goal weight is fine. And you may even find that, you know, before you get there that you're fine. But I think that's a good way to try to maintain, just in case you do gain any pounds back. But she said, you're doing so good so far, I'm sure you won't have that problem. So yeah, that was good to hear. Reassuring. So yeah, I'm gonna make a goal for myself. I have to think about it, but I am gonna make a goal for myself when I come back in six months, where I want to be. Well, I won't be back in 6 months. It'll just be my 6-month visit, which is is it 6 months? I think it is 6 months, because she said July. Yeah, so it is 6 months from now. So yeah, I'm gonna make a goal from 6 months from now, because my year will be at the end of August. So actually, let me think about that now. If in 6 months from now, yeah, that's what I'm saying. 6 months from now, when I go back to my visit, I plan on being in my goal weight, and I think that's totally attainable. That's another, let's see, that's like another 60 pounds, close to it, maybe a little shy of that. Yeah, so I'm gonna say, no, I'm gonna say when I come back from my 6-month visit, I'll have another 50 pounds lost. And that would put me under 200 at about 190-ish, something around there. Yeah, that's gonna be my goal, 50 pounds. Because if I'm averaging 2 pounds a week, that's about 8 pounds a month. But then there's times where you have a little more, and a time you have a little less, but that's the average. So I'm gonna say 50. Even though I probably will be at that, but that's I'm gonna make my goal. I'm gonna try to be as realistic as possible. 50 pounds by the time you guys hear from me in the 6-month period. But I will be checking back in with you then, because I wanna let you know how my progress is going on when I get ready to start with this personal trainer that I want to start next week. So yeah, I do really appreciate you guys, your encouragement. I'm hearing encouragement like every single day from my friends, from my family, from my church family, people at work. I just had this lady just stop me when I was leaving out the doctor's shop. She was like, so you had surgery? You look really good. Like, I don't even know where you started at, but have you lost? I said, yes, ma'am. I've lost quite a bit. She said, you look good. You look good. Like, I don't know if you're still trying to lose anything else, but you look good. Where are you at? And I was like, well, thank you. Thank you. And I can say that, like, I am happy where I'm at right now, but I still want to lose more. So, yeah. So thank you guys so much for following. Please continue to follow my journey. Don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to comment. Ask me any questions you like about the journey. You can always reach out to me and I'll answer any questions you have. Because of course I can't always think about everything when I'm on here, because I'm doing it like right after something else, like a visit like today. So yeah, reach out to me. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for following and have a blessed day.